Thank you so much for joining me today at Everyday Yoga. I am very glad that you clicked on this video today. My name is Christine. My pronouns are she and her. And today we are going to do a nice chair practice. We'll be seated the entire time. Later this week, we'll be publishing a video where we use a chair more as a support rather than a seat. But for right now, find yourself in a nice, comfortable seat, making sure that your feet are firmly planted on the earth. If you've ever heard somebody say, get grounded, or we're going to ground ourselves now, what that refers to is just becoming present. And one of the best ways to do that is just to really press your feet onto the earth. And maybe just kind of take your toes and lift them up and spread them out nice and wide. Let some air flow in between the toes. And then one at a time, from the pinky all the way into the big toe, lay them back down, keeping a little bit of space, not straining, but really pressing down into the toes. And then really mindfully bring your inner eye attention to the ball of the foot right underneath the toes, all the way from the pinky side into the big toe side. And then think about the outer edge of the feet, edges, the heels, the arch, noticing how the mat or the ground or the carpet feels beneath your feet. And then take your awareness up your calves into your knees. And maybe take your palms of your hands and just rub the knees in a circular motion in one direction. Not being afraid to touch yourself. We don't always have to touch in other people, but it's nice to touch ourselves and give ourselves a little bit of comfort, ease, warming up the skin here. Maybe reverse the circles on the knees. And maybe gently take the fingertips and just kind of massage around the joint, very lightly, very gently. We're taking good care of knees today. So maybe come up and do a little massage here just above the knee, or maybe down on the calf just below the knee. And just notice what you feel, maybe noticing some tender areas and just giving them a little extra love. And then we'll rub the hands up the thighs here. And not being afraid to be tender with yourself, to be gentle. Maybe running the hands down the outside of the thighs. This is the IT band. And if you have any kind of stress in your life, this area can become very inflamed and very tender. And then let's just go ahead and turn the palms up and rest the hands at the tops of the thighs. And just gently push into the backs of the hands here. And as you do, let the crown of the head, the tips of the ears come up towards the sky, really finding some length in the spine. Let those shoulder blades and those shoulders be nice and heavy. The heart be lifted, and maybe close the eyes if you're comfortable, if they're not closed already. Tucking the chin to keep the neck nice and long and safe here. And we've done this before where we do box breath, where you inhale like a box, inhaling for 4 counts, holding it for 4 counts, exhaling for 4 counts, and holding the exhale for 4 counts. But let's do something a little bit different. Instead of a box breath, let's kind of more do a circle. And you decide how many beats you want to inhale, how many beats you want to hold, how many beats you want to exhale, how many beats you want to hold the exhale. And just keep it nice and soft and fluid. I'm not going to count here because I want you to decide what your count is. Still resting the palms on the thighs, either palms up for more of an uplifting experience or an offering or receiving experience, or maybe palms down for a more grounding experience. And I'm gonna just demonstrate here. I'm gonna inhale for 4 and just hold for 2. And exhale for 6 and hold for 2. So just kind of find a rhythm that works for you. Inhaling from the belly all the way up. Maybe even visualizing a circle around you as you exhale all the way down. So inhaling up the front of the body, holding at the top. Exhale down the back of the body, holding at the bottom. Inhaling belly, ribs, heart, drawing the crown towards the sky as you hold, and then exhaling shoulder blades, ribs, and down in the low back. And we'll just find 3 more of those, finding some stillness here, and I'll keep my mouth shut so that you can just concentrate on the breath. And when you found those 3 nice, soft, round exhales, just go ahead and come back to a nice, soft, natural breath. Let's just make some little circles here with the nose. Just kind of little tiny circles, as if you had a pencil on the tip of your nose and you wanted to draw a circle out in front of you. And if it feels good to you, maybe make some bigger circles, kind of spiraling the head, moving as slow as feels good to you here. Maybe making bigger circles, noticing if you hear any little sounds from the neck. And once you get about as big as you want to go, just make 3 more circles there. And then reverse the circle, starting with your largest circle and gradually spiraling back inward to the little tiny nose circles. And once you've found your center again, reestablish that connection with your breath, that nice circular soft box breath. And then let's take the left ear towards the left shoulder. And just stay here for a moment, breathing nice and soft. Getting a nice little stretch in the right side of the neck here. And maybe if it feels good, take that right arm and straighten it out towards the side, pointing those fingertips down towards the earth. Maybe moving the arm a little bit forward, or maybe taking it a little bit farther back. Maybe lifting it a little higher, or maybe taking it a little lower, letting the arm just be heavy and kind of be a weight there. You want to go even deeper, you can take this right arm and turn it so that the back of the hand comes to the small of the back. Now getting into the right shoulder, the bicep, a little of the forearm here. If you want to go even deeper, you can take those right fingertips all the way over to the left arm and hold on to the elbow or the upper arm, forearm, wherever it naturally finds place that it can rest comfortably. And just take 2 more full breaths here, wherever you are, whatever place you landed. And then without lifting the head yet, we'll release the right arm wherever it is, bringing it back down to the side. And then we're going to take the palm of the left hand to the left cheek and very gently lift the head to the top of the spine. Just did all that work getting this all stretched out. We don't want to make it have to strain. We'll just take a full breath here, and then we'll take the right ear very gently, very slowly to begin with, over to the right shoulder. We don't want to just jump right into the hand behind the back thing. We want the muscle, the tendons, ligaments, whatever else is over there to gradually get used to opening up, taking our time. And then maybe drawing those left fingertips out towards the side. And doing that same little exploration here, lifting and lowering the arm, drawing it forward, drawing it back. And just notice what you feel in that left side of the neck, the left shoulder, the upper back maybe, the chest. And then if you want to continue going a little deeper, you can bring that left hand to the small of the back. And then maybe all the way over to the right arm. And again, you stop anywhere along the way where you feel sensation, you feel a little bit of a stretch, but you're not in any pain. You don't want to cause any muscle cramping or anything like that. So if you're starting to feel like you're on that edge, back off from the edge a little bit. We'll take one more full breath here. And then leaving the head where it is, we'll release that left arm. And then very tenderly, as if you were holding the cheek of a small child, lift your head back up to the top of your spine. We'll take both arms down to the side. And we'll just bring the hands back to the knee. And we'll lift the heart, kind of arching the back, tucking the chin. And then we'll round the back, coming into a cat back, drawing the navel towards the spine, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale, arching the back, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, rounding the back, letting the hands come forward, maybe even lifting from the knees and really pressing back with the belly button, even as you draw forward with the fingers. And then just move with your breath, inhaling as you lift the heart, arching the back, and exhaling as you round the back, drawing back into your cat pose. And we'll find one more of each, one last cow, one last cat, one last bovine, one last feline. And then we'll go ahead and come back to our nice comfortable seat. And then let's lift that right knee up and interlace the fingers and take those fingers around just below the knee on the shin. And we'll just rotate the ankle in one direction and then the other. And maybe point and flex the toe, or if pointing causes cramping in the bottom of the foot, you could press the ball of the foot away like a Barbie shoe kind of a shape. Press and then flex, whatever feels good here. And then we'll keep a hold of that shin with the right hand, hold on to the left hip, and we'll just move that leg bone, the femur, and the hip joint up there at the top from side to side. Maybe taking it out to the side here, lifting the heart, finding that nice long spine. And then let's go ahead and take that right ankle and lay it on top of the left thigh. Again, staying away from the knee. We don't want to ever put any pressure on the knee. And if this hurts the right knee, flex the right foot and draw that pinky toe really high up towards the knee. That engages all of the ligaments and the tendons around the knee to keep it safe. And we'll just find a nice tall seat here, noticing the kind of a stretch you've got going in the right hip. And if you want to go deeper, you can begin to hinge forward over the legs, keeping the chin tucked, getting a little bit deeper into that right hip. Breathing here or wherever you are. And then we'll come back to a tall seat if we're not already, and release the right leg down. And then we'll do the same thing with the left side, only this time when you interlace your fingers, notice which finger comes on top and then switch it. So if you're right-handed like me, you probably default to the right index finger on top. Just switch it so the left one's on top. It'll feel a little weird, but that's how, one of the ways we can tell our brains and our bodies that we don't always have to do the same things the same way, just because that's always how we've done them. We can change. And we'll rotate that ankle, and we'll reverse those circles. We'll either point or press and flex the foot. And then we'll keep hold of that left shin with the left hand, anchor that right hip down to the seat, and then just move the leg and the leg bone a little bit from side to side. Getting a little bit of movement in the hip without bearing any weight on it. And then we'll just take it out to the side and hold, really finding your mountain back here, your tucked chin, your lifted heart, the shoulder blades drawn down the back, kind of a half superhero pose. And then release so that the ankle can come to the top of the thigh. And you could massage the knee here again. I didn't do this on the right side, but it just dawned on me, this whole leg's right here. You could massage the calf. You could massage the shin. You could even get into the foot if you have any little sore areas. I highly encourage you to go back to that poor right foot. Maybe we'll do that anyway, just so you have time to do it. Maybe squeeze the toes. Maybe they're cold. Actually, we will go back to that first one because we can take our fingers and we can wash our hands after. So touch that foot and just put those feet right in between the toes and give the ball of the foot a little bit of a squeeze. And then we can rotate that ankle really gently here as well, while holding on to those toes and making space between the toes. And then we can go ahead and begin to hinge forward, getting a little bit deeper into that left hip here. If that feels good to you, if not, stay tall and continue massaging. Or I suppose you could do it from here, getting into the top of the foot. You still get all the benefits of getting a massage, making some circulation happen, bringing some warmth to the tissue, working out the little wrinkles in the fascia whenever you do this kinds of things. Let's go ahead and switch so we can get a little massage in on that right foot and calf and shin and whatever else felt good to you on the first side. See if that feels good on the second side. But you know that fascia, if you've ever skinned a chicken, it's that filmy stuff that's right underneath the skin above the muscle, and we have that too. And that can get all crunched up and bunched up, kind of like saran wrap that won't be flat. And so when we stretch and we smooth and we massage, we can soften and smooth that fascia help releasing any tension in the muscles. Let's go ahead and open up the hips here just a little bit. Sit on the corner of the right side of the chair here so that the corner is just right in line with your heart, one leg on either side of the chair. And we're just gonna kind of, as far as feels comfortable to you, you can take the feet out a little wider, keeping the hands just above the knees. We're just gonna draw that right shoulder towards the left knee, and then come back to center and draw the left shoulder towards the left knee. And then come back to center. And then moving with the breath, we'll exhale as we go to each side and inhale as we come back to center. And you could even press those thighs away, really pushing into the thighs. You maybe draw a little closer to the knee. Really allowing yourself to see what you feel in the inner thigh, maybe in the ribs, maybe the shoulder. Do one more time each side. And when you've got that complete, we'll go ahead and come back to center, planting our feet firmly on the earth. We'll bring those hands back to the tops of the thighs, and we'll inhale the arms up and overhead, bringing the palms together. Interlace those fingers and kind of point the index fingers away. Inhale, finding length, really drawing the shoulders up towards the sky. And then we'll exhale, drawing those fingers over to the left side. Inhale, back to center, and then exhale to the right. Really focusing on getting that stretch in the upper back, in between the shoulder blades, bending from the shoulder blades. Going from side to side, maybe now getting more into the ribs and the middle of the back, the thoracic spine. And then maybe really pressing into that right sit bone as you go left and really drawing from the base of the spine. Working this stretch all the way down, maybe feeling it in the low back. Ooh, just had a pop. And one more time each side. And we'll find ourselves back to center. And then let's draw the hands in towards the heart. And we'll lift the heart to the thumbs and press the heart into the sternum here, letting those elbows be heavy, letting the shoulder blades come down the back towards the back pockets, maybe closing the eyes, tucking the chin. And let's find 3 more of those nice soft box balanced breaths that you created for yourself at the beginning of our practice today. Just inhaling for your count, holding for your count, exhaling for your count, and holding for your count. Maybe taking your awareness up the body as you inhale, belly, ribs, heart. Top of the head as you hold. Exhaling, shoulder blades, ribs, back, small of the back, base of the spine. And holding at the root chakra, which is actually the perineum. Just visualizing this circle up and down, around and around. And bring the circle all the way back to the heart and the palms. And notice the pressure of the palms, one against the other. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you did, give it a like, give it a share, leave a comment. Anything is welcome. Spread the yoga. The light within me honors and respects the light within you. Namaste.